I'm actually scared. Oh gosh, you won't be able to see my face if I do this. Oh. Let's attempt to pick these. Whoa. Yes, time for the book haul. I have new books. Hi guys, welcome back or welcome to a brand new video. Before we get started, if you're new to this channel, hi, my name is Amy, and if you're returning, hello, welcome back. So in today's video we will be doing a massive book haul. I bought so many books. I think I have about 23 books. Last book haul was around 3-4 months ago. I haven't done a book haul since then. I actually have been quite good in terms of buying books. I have bought maybe about 6 books since then, but not as lot as what I was buying before. Now it is time to bring you guys a book haul. My book buying ban is now over, which is probably a lie because I should probably put myself on another book buying ban because it's now filled up all my bookshelves, and in my room there's literally nowhere else to put books. I'm literally just going to have to start like stacking them wherever I can because I have too many, and I decided to buy more. But I have loads of fantasy, loads of mystery, lots of romance. Get just in the mood for cozy season, and you guys have heard me speak about that so many times, but I'm a winter girly. I've always been a winter girly. In terms of the books I have bought, some of them are new series, some of them are continuation from series that I have already read, and I just bought books for them that I've been missing. I started to buy a few Christmas books because why not? I have more that I want to buy, so probably might be doing another book haul, but I do need to go into a ban. I think I'm gonna spend a bit more money on getting some books, but once the new year starts I'm banning myself because my TBR at the moment is actually ridiculous. But at least you guys will get a book haul. Before we get started, make sure you like and subscribe if you're new to this channel. Follow my other socials, my Instagram, my Pinterest, my GOODREADS, because I want to see your faces, I want to speak to you guys. And now let's do our book haul. So first, let's start off with my series. So the first series is the Natural series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This one is a Criminal Minds YA. It's about a group of children who get put onto this program because of their special abilities, and they're used to help find criminals and murderers. Obsessed with criminal vibes. So the fact that there's a whole series that have teenage detective, like what? It has 4 books. So the first book is The Naturals, the second is Killer Instinct, the next is All In, and then the next is All In, and then the last one is Bad Blood. Now what's gonna happen? I'm hoping this has a bit of drama in it, a bit of romance as well as the thriller, the crime. I'm so excited to read this series. Like, it's been on my For You page for so long. The covers are cute, which we like. I like the fact that it has all the titles on the side and it has like the book names. That is the first series that I picked up. That's the first 4 books. Next series we have is The Ex-Hex and The Kiss Curse by Erin Starlet. This is a little witchy romance, a little witchy mystery. This one features Vivian. Vivian puts a curse on her ex, but when he returns to town, strange things start happening, and she's kind of like, maybe this curse is actually not helping at all. So it's about her helping him, working together to fight this curse. Doesn't tell you what you need to know. You should know. It's going to give me very much Sabrina the Teenage Witch vibes, which I'm obsessed with. Riverdale vibes. Oh, I feel like even with the Natural series, it reminds me a bit of Riverdale, where like Jones and all that stuff, they were doing like all the detective stuff before the killers. So that's putting me in the mood. I know Halloween is gone and it's now November, but I don't care. I still want to read mystery. I still want to read witches and wizards. I'm going to start reading Harry Potter again, which is my favourite series ever. I'm going to watch the movies. I'm so excited. Way too much energy. I need to like slow it way down because it's getting too much. My energy's here, it needs to be here. The second book as well, I have no idea what the second book, from the second book, I think this one focuses on another character. Hopefully this character's in this book as well, but the series comes together. Sarah, my bestie, she recommended it, so I got it. So yeah, those are the next books that I got. Next series we got is a little dark romance series. So we have Haunting Adeline and we have Hunting Adeline. This is a cat and mouse dark romance, a stalker. In real life I wouldn't condone any of this, but in dark romance books they just hit different. It's my little guilty pleasure, and I saw these on TikTok and I was like, you're coming in with me. So that is what we decided to buy. So the first one says, The Manipulator. I can manipulate the emotions of anyone who lets me. I will make you hurt, make you cry, make you laugh and sigh. But my words don't affect him, especially not when I plead for him to leave. He's always there, watching and waiting, and I can never look away, not when I want him to come closer. The Shadow. I didn't mean to fall in love, but now that I have, I can't stay away. I'm mesmerised by her smile, by her eyes and the way she moves, the way she undresses. I'll keep watching and waiting until I can make her mine. And once she is, I'll never let her go, not even when she begs me to. I don't even know what to say. That just sounds amazing. Dark romance. Perfect time to read dark romance is winter. You won't catch me reading it in the summertime because, you know, summertime is the cozy romances as well. But winter time, dark romances in my bag, in my book, we're reading it. That is the next two books that I have on my little book haul. The last brand new series is from The Boys of Totem by Chloe Walsh. I've never read any of these books before and I don't even know who Chloe Walsh is, but Destiny Sidwell, if you're out there, you recommended me to these. These are actually just the first two books. So we have Binding 13 and we have Keeping 13. I actually found out that these are actually quite sad, so good luck to me. I say that I don't like sad stuff, but I still read them anyway. I think this is a small town romance. I think they have a range of tropes in this whole series. There's like brother's best friend, there's like friends to lovers, there's like enemies to lovers, yada yada yada. I actually don't know which one's the first one. Okay, now I know. This is book 1 and this is book 2. I think they follow different couples. So book 1 just says, when two worlds collide, nothing will ever be the same again. Johnny Canavan has everything going for him. Primed for stardom, on the rugby pitch, he's a force to be reckoned with. Nothing will stop him hitting the heights, not even the shy new girl at Totem College, with sad eyes and hidden bruises. The one that distracts him as no one else has. Doesn't tell you enough. And my face change. I'm doomed. Life has never been easy for Shannon Lynch. She arrives at the prestigious private school praying for a fresh start. Desperate to shake off the demons that plague her. On her very first day, she encounters the notorious Johnny Canavan. I don't even know how to say his name. Instantly drawn to him, Shannon finds herself once again the target of bullies as she forms a fragile alliance with rugby's rising star. But as they fall into a complicated relationship and grapple with their undeniable chemistry, Johnny and Shannon cannot foresee the obstacles that will threaten their blossoming relationship. I'm scared. I'm scared to read these books. I'm scared. Let's just move on to reading what the next book's about because I don't think I can even talk about that. It just says here, oh my gosh, cool. Sequel. Falling in love was the easy part. What comes next is a test. Johnny was destined for sports stardom until a devastating injury left him stripped of his beloved number 13 jersey and struggling to hold on to his dreams. Lost, insecure and desperately seeking comfort, he set sights on unravelling the mystery of the girl who haunts his every waking hour. Keeping secrets has never been a problem for Shannon Lynch. She knows that demons and evil men don't just exist in fairy tales, they exist in our world too. Is that? What did I just read? Because that didn't put me for a whole whirlwind of emotions. I don't even know. So much can happen. I'm scared. I can't stop myself. If someone says buy it, I go buy it. Even if you don't say buy it, if you mention it once, I'm going to buy it. And these books, there's a whole series. Let's move on to the next books because I can't even talk about this one anymore. The next series is actually a continuation of a book that I started reading. I started reading Once Upon a Broken Heart. I actually did a vlog about that, so go and watch it if you haven't. I'll link it up there. But that one is a fairy tale kind of fantasy book. Follows Evangeline. She believes in happy ever after. but she strikes a deal with the Prince of Hearts after her boyfriend, the guy she was in love with, is engaged to her sister and he needs her help to stop it. And from there they form an alliance where she has to do a range of things for him, involves in. From there they just go on a massive adventure. Like, I don't even know where this book went, but I enjoyed it. It was magical, it was everything it needed to be. So following that, I got the last two. We have The Ballad of Never After. This is the second book in the series. This one follows on from the first one, so I'm not really going to be saying about it because if you haven't read the first book, I don't really want to ruin it for you guys. And then we have this beautiful baby. I had to get the hardback for it. Like, I could have gotten the paperback to match this, but why would I do that? Like, look how beautiful. Like, look how beautiful. And when you take off the, like, look, I'm obsessed. I just love covers that are pretty. This make me want to read them. And this one is A Curse for True Love. The last book in the series. It's the ending. The next book is The King of Greed by Anna Hugh. This one is the last book in the series, I think. I don't even know if it's the last book in the series. And it's just book 3. This one follows Dominic. So it says here, powerful, brilliant and ambitious, Dominic Davenport clawed his way up from nothing to become the king of Wall Street. He has everything, a beautiful home, a beautiful wife and more money than he can spend in a lifetime. For how much he accumulates, he's never satisfied. In his endless quest for more, he drives away the only person who saw him as enough. It isn't until she's gone that he realises there may be more to life than riches and glory, but by then it may be too late. Kind, intelligent and thoughtful, Alexandra Davenport has played the role of trophy wife for years. She stood by her husband whilst he built his empire, but now realises he's no longer the man she fell for. When it becomes clear that she's always come second to his work, she takes charge of her life and puts herself first, even if it means leaving the only man she's ever loved. What she didn't count on was his refusal to let her go, or for him to fight for their marriage no matter what it takes. So excited for this book. I've seen snippets on TikTok, even though I've tried to avoid it, and I thought it's going to be a lot of emotions in this book. Grovelling. It's got grovelling in it. I love a man that grovels. It's got billionaire in it. Like, hopefully learns not to take her for granted again, because she sounds like the absolute best. So I'm really excited for Dom's story. I think you actually meet him in like the other books as well, but I haven't actually read The King of Wrath for a long time. That was like a while ago, and I still yet to read The King of Pride. I think that's on my November TBR. So after that we have Wildflower by Hannah Grace. This is a sequel, not series but sequel, but part of the series of Icebreaker. I don't even know if it's part of the series. It might just be the next book that she's released. And this one follows Russ and Alora cross paths at a university party. A drinking game ends with them spending the night together, but Alora slips away before Russ learns her full name. Nora T ends when they both turn up to their first day of work as camp counselors. They had both chosen to escape Maple Hills for the summer. Given their history, there's still an obvious tension between the two, but the camp has a strict no staff fraternizing rule. Russ doesn't want to risk heading home early, but Laura has never been one for rules. As things heat up, they'll just have to resist or risk starting something they just can't stop. Look at the cover. I got the limited edition cover from the works, and look, it's got sprayed edges. So excited to read this one. It's so cute and it's pink. Just such a beautiful cover. Like, I can't wait to put it next to the Icebreaker. At the moment my bookshelf is actually organised by colour, but because I have all these new books I want to reorganise it again. I might actually scratch the colour thing and organise it by series, or I might organise it by series and all my standalone books put that in colour. I don't know yet. I loved Icebreaker. I think I gave it maybe a 4, 4.5, and I'm really excited to hear about Russ and Laura's story. How many books I have already in that pile over there, and we still have a range just here. I bought too many books. I don't know why I did. I got like paid books I bought by myself out of my own pocket. No one else bought them for me, which I would have loved, but you know, we move, we live, we learn. Basically. Next book we have is another romance. This one's called Love Wager by Lynn Painter. This one follows Hallie. So it says here, after yet another disastrous date, Hallie Piper decides it's time for her to grow up. She gets a new apartment, a new haircut and a new wardrobe, but when she logs into an app to find new love, she matches with no other than Jack, the guy the wrong kind of sparks had flown with just weeks earlier. Agreeing that they are absolutely not interested in each other, Jack and Hallie realise that they're each other's perfect ring person and join forces in their search for the one. They even place a wager on who can find romance first. But when they agree to be each other's fake dates for a wedding, all bets are off. Because as they pretend to be a couple, they struggle to remember why dating for real was a bad idea to begin with. This book, as you guys can guess, it is a arranged relationship, fake relationship. It is kind of like enemies to friends to lovers. This book reminds me quite a lot of What's Your Number? It's a movie with Chris Evans in it, and it's basically about this girl. Basically, she's always had these failed relationships, and what she does is she tries to like contact all her, I don't know if she tries to contact all her exes or if she tries to like find a date and he kind of like helps her, and in that they fall in love, and they basically also pretend to like fake date. So that kind of reminds me of that. I'm hoping this has like a comedy element to it. I don't know, but the cover's super cute and it's really a thin book, so I'll probably finish this really easy. And I think this is actually really perfect for like wintertime, Christmas season, because it seems very cozy and easy. I don't know if this is maybe a bit of like a by the fridge situation. Don't know. I haven't actually read anything from Lynn Painter, so I'm actually excited to read how she writes. Next we have Sweatpants Caesar by Danielle Allen. This is a black romance. I've been waiting to talk about this book for a while. I love black romance. I just haven't really found many. I think it's really hard to find books that are written by black authors just because they're not actually shown a lot, like people don't really share them. But I saw this on GOODREADS. I thought I'd pick it up, and this one, people said it's a really good cozy read. So this one just says, he has a big smile. It's the first thing I noticed that day until he stood. His grey sweatpants hung off his hips and I don't want to look. I really didn't. I'm a feminist. I don't believe in objectifying men. I don't catcall men. I don't ogle the bodies of men. I don't view men as objects or my affection rather than a complex people with feelings, wants and needs of their own. Don't treat men the way society often treats women. I treat men the way I want to be treated as a woman, with respect. So when Carlos ran into me whilst I was reviewing my interview questions in the park, it surprised me to see my photography classmate out of context. I was so surprised. I was also surprised to see as much of him as I did. It wasn't just that it caught my eye, it was the fact that it held my attention. It wasn't just that it was large. It wasn't just the fact that it was large, it was the fact that it was visibly large. Just reading this book, it just sounds hilarious. I can't wait to read it and meet these characters and see how they interact with each other. So the next book is also a black romance. This is called Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. She is a well-known black author and I haven't really read any of her books, but this is the book that I saw and I was like, I gotta pick it up. It's got the most beautiful black woman I've ever seen on the front cover. So what it says at the back is, their love was supposed to last forever, but when life delivered blow after devastating blow, Yasmin and Josiah found the love has its limits. It couldn't save their marriage. Yasmin wasn't prepared for how her life fell apart, but she's finally starting to find joy again. She and Josiah have found a new rhythm, co-parenting their 2 kids and running a thriving business together. Yet, like magnets, they're always drawn back to each other, and now they're beginning to wonder if they're truly ready to let go of everything they once had. One stolen kiss leads to another and then more. It's hot, it's illicit, it's good, until it starts to hurt again. As old wounds reopen, Yasmin and Josiah wonder if it is too late for them to find forever. Or could they be even better the second time round? One of those, it's like a second chance romance. Excited to read this one, Kennedy Ryan. From what I've seen and heard about her on TikTok is that she writes really good romances. Black romances are oh so underrated. Even just any type of black authors books, like there's black authors that write fiction, there's black authors that write fantasy books, there's black authors that write mystery, that write horror, that write romance, comedy, all range of books, but I feel like they're so underrated. And on my channel, yes, it's easy to only show white authors because they're popular, but I really want to be a channel that shows a lot of black romances and showing that they can be just as enjoyable and that you can actually also find love when you're black as well, because I feel like a lot of these books that I've read that have black protagonists, they're always in love with like a white guy, and I actually want to see more representation of black couples. So if you haven't read any black romances, definitely check out the ones that I mentioned. I also have a range of other ones. I have Honey and Spice that I have on my thing up there. There's also Magnolia Park. I know she is with the white boy, but she is black, and some of the stuff that they talk about is really important. I also have a mystery book called The Other Black Girl, which is actually turned into a movie, I think, or a TV show. So go and check that out as well. But if you haven't read this book, go check it out, and I'm so excited to read it and get more into my black romance and just reading books from black authors in general. So that is another book that I purchased. Next we have Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey. I'm obsessed with Tessa Bailey's books, and I saw that she has a Christmassy book, and look how cute it is. Getting me so excited for Christmas. Like, I'm gonna be decorating my room in a few weeks because I can't not. If it was me, I would have decorated it already, but I want to buy more decor even though I have stuff already. But this book I think is going to be perfect for the winter Christmas season. So it just says here, 2 weeks before Christmas and all through Manhattan, shop windows are decorated in red and green satin. I'm standing alone in front of the famous Viviant department store when a charming man named Aidan asks my opinion on the decor. It's a tragedy in tinsel, I say, unable to lie. He asks for a better idea with a twinkle in his eye. Did I know he owned the place? No. He put me on the spot. Now I'm working for that man, trying to ignore that he's hot. As a down on her luck girl with a difficult past, I know opportunity when I see one, and I have to make it last. I'll put my heart and soul into dressing his holiday windows. I'll work without stopping. And when we lose the battle with temptation, I'll try and remember I'm just window shopping. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Again, another book that I've just read the blurb and I'm already attached to it. Just sad that it's so thin, but I'm actually quite happy it's thin because I think it's going to be simple, get to the point. Like, sometimes there's romance books that it just drags on, that they get together, and I'm a bit concerned because you get together with this in the first 200 pages, all of a sudden there's 600 pages left and you're like, what's going to happen? I'm scared. But this one feels like it's going to be simple, easy, no cheating, no drama, and that's what I'm here for. Holiday season is a perfect season to read these books. Like, all I want is cozy, simple books. I don't want any drama, nothing. So this is probably going to be a book that I read in December, but I bought it now because it was cheap, cheerful, and it looked beautiful and I wanted to get it. So that is another book that I got. I might even do a full recommendations of winter books or Christmas books or the books that I will be reading. I've also saw this trend that people do, the 10 books they want to read before the end of the year. So this is definitely one that I want to add to that list, and if you guys want to see a video on it, let me know. But I'm so excited to read this one, and I love Tessa Bailey, so I know that it's going to be a good book. Next we have another romance from a series I've been reading. This one is Hopeless by Elsie Silver. This is the last book in the Chestnut Spring series. This one follows Boo. Boo is one of the brothers in the family, and I've been waiting to read this book for such a long time. You see him, you hear about him a lot throughout the series, but you don't get much into depth. All you know is that he goes to war and that he's a veteran. The book is an arranged marriage. It's a book that's actually really emotional. People said that it delves a lot into Boo's past and like the stuff that he struggles with his family. And it just says here at the back, Boo Eaton is the town prince, a handsome military hero with a tortured past. I'm the outcast bartender, a shy girl from the wrong side of the tracks. He's 35 and all man, I'm 22 and all virgin. He's also my fiancé. Correction, my fake fiancé. We start out as a bet. He doesn't believe that anyone holds my last name against me, so he offers me his to prove a point. It's a win-win. He gets a break from his concerned family's prying, and I get a chance to shed my family's reputation. He says all I have to do is wear his ring, follow his lead, and pretend I can't keep my hands off him in public. But it's what happens between us in private that blurs all those carefully drawn lines. It's what transpires behind closed doors that doesn't feel like pretending at all. This engagement was supposed to be for show. This agreement, it was supposed to have an end date. He once told me he'd never fall in love, and here I am, head over heels for my fake fiancé. Boo reminds me so much of Callum in the Billionaire series by Lauren Asher. His book, The Final Offer, is quite similar to this. Obviously, it's a bit different because this one is like fake relationship and the other one's more second chance ex-best friends to lovers romance, but it still deals with like a character that's also known as like very energetic and stuff like that, has a lot of his own emotional trauma, and I'm really excited to read this book. Boo's one of the characters that I met that instantly made me laugh. I have a while until I get to this book, but I thought I would buy it because I wanted to complete the series. This one again is another book that was released this year, I think even just like a month ago. What I love about this book as well, it reminds me so much of like the Twisted series, the Off-Campus series, with those types of romances. I love when it's not just about like the couple in the book, it's about the couple, it's about them and their families. And obviously Boo, we meet him in the other books, which I love when you see them in other books, so you fall in love with them, and when it comes to their story it's a lot more satisfying as well. I'm hoping that it lives up to him as well, because when you read it in the other book, like you have high expectations for their book. But I have no doubt that Elsie Silver's writing is going to be good, because I love her writing style. I love how she brings these characters to life. I love the little cameos, the little drama. I love like the little comedy thing. I love their dad. Like the dad, he needs to have his own book. I've been saying that for a long time. I think it's going to be a really good like cozy romance as well. Next book is If He Had Been There With Me. This one features Autumn. Autumn and Finn used to be inseparable, but then something changed, or they changed. Now they do their best to ignore each other. Autumn has her boyfriend Jamie and her close-knit group of friends. Finn has become that boy at school, the one everyone wants to be around. That still doesn't stop the way Autumn feels every time she and Finn cross paths, and the glowing nagging thought that maybe things could have been different, maybe they should have been together. And as time passes, Autumn realises she might not get another chance to make things right before it's too late. So I actually mentioned this in my TBR for November. Luckily this isn't the book I'm reading. Book haul I did after, because I was still waiting for a few books. But this one, now that I've calmed down, I understand the plot a lot more and I'm more mentally prepared. I know this book's going to put me through so much emotional trauma, but we move, and I think again it's going to be a perfect season. Like, I don't know, I love crying in the winter time. A bit weird, and I'm really scared. Like every time I think about this book it gives me shivers, because I'm so scared of what's going to happen. But I picked it up, saw it in the shops, and I was like, it's about time that I got it. So that is another book that I've added to my bookshelf. Next we also have Archer's Voice. I mentioned this in my TBR as well. I'm actually reading this in November. It's a love story. Back, it's just about this boy called Archer. Stuff happens in the town, stuff like that. It has secrets, it has betrayals, and like he's in the middle of it. And it just says, but it's Archer's silence that we might just find what we need to heal and to live. And basically it says that people that I've heard speak about it says it's not really a sad book. Like it doesn't end bad, but not all love stories or all happy endings were easy, and love as well can do so much. And I'm really excited to read this book. I've heard a lot about it on TikTok. As I said before, Alexa mentioned it and she's read it before, and I thought it was time to pick it up. Now it's down to the last two books. So the next book we have And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. This one's about a group of people that are sent to a mysterious island by a mysterious man, or mysterious host, and basically someone tragically died and they're all worried that the killer's gonna strike again and again. This one reminds me a lot of Knives Out. It's a movie franchise with like not James Bond, his name's not James Bond, but has the actor that played James Bond for like various years, and I love a little mystery like this. And the fact that it says and then there was none, maybe all of them die, I don't know. But it's a short book, nice little mystery. Excited to read it. I've never read anything from Agatha Christie before, and I'm really excited to see how she writes, how she brings all these characters to life. So the last but not least book is Powerless by Lauren Roberts. This one is another fantasy book, so we're ending with a fantasy. I am now a all things lover of fantasy. If you guys don't know, I recently did a vlog where I read only fantasy books. Go and check that out. This book is about a girl who pretends to be a psychic. So in this world there's these people called the elites, and they basically rule everything, and if you're not the elites you're ordinary, and the elites have special powers. So when this girl, her whole life she pretended to be one of these elites, and when she saves one of the princes she's put into this trial, and basically if she doesn't die by getting killed by the opponents, she's gonna die when he finds out that she's basically lying, and she's trying to fight her feelings for him. I've heard so many people talk about it, so really excited to read this one, see what it's about, tackle more into it, especially as the new year arises. Like I'm trying to get as much books read as I can. About 25 books left so I meet my reading challenge. So even though I've only put about 9 books for my TBR this month, I probably might end up reading more just to catch up. But again, reading is about reading and enjoying it rather than reading as much as you can. So even if I read one book, at least I'm enjoying it, and I think that's all that matters. That's what I'm really prioritizing. You need to enjoy what you're reading, and that's what I really learned. When I was younger I used to like reading like all those fairy tale books, like I used to read like Jackson Wilson and stuff like that. But as you get older you kind of like lose the meaning of reading. But I'm so happy that in my late teens and as I've started my 20s I've started to read it. But those are all the books that I have bought and purchased in this book haul. Just can't wait to see what November brings as well. I'm excited to read all these books. My TBR now is jam-packed. I think I need to go on a book buying ban. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you guys enjoyed me talking about the books that I've read. Go check out my November TBR. I got Instagram followers to blindly pick my next read, so go check that one out. Also check out my vlog that I just did, my autumn diaries vlog. I have more coming out, more fun things planned, and I've already started planning out my bookmas and my vlogmas ideas. As I always say, I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.